Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to look at an opening called the Stafford Gambit. This is supposedly to be known as the chess opening with the most number of traps. First, let me give you a brief introduction of this opening. This opening arises after white plays first move e2 to e4. So this opening arises out of the Petrov defense. And in this position, the main line where white takes knight takes e5. So now, in this position, this is where we deviate from the Petrov defense. In the Petrov, many players play d6, the idea being after white retreats their knight to simply capture the pawn on e4. Well, we are not here for a standard line, we are just here to surprise our opponent. So, the Stafford Gambit starts with knight to c6, where white is going to take knight into c6 and we recapture with d into c6. Yes, so this is the starting position of the Stafford Gambit. So, in this video, we are going to look at the first part of the Stafford Gambit. This is the trap which most of the players fall into, and this is one of the most common traps in the world of chess. So now, in this position, first of all, black is attacking this pawn on e4. Well, one of the most common ways for black to defend this e4 pawn is by pushing pawn to d3 or knight to c3. Let's go over d3. In this position, black simply develops his bishop to c5, putting more pressure on this f2 pawn. In the future, you will see how important this bishop is and how weak this f2 pawn is. Well, white plays a normal move like knight c3. Well, how would it feel when I tell you this move knight c3 is a blunder? Well, it's not so obvious. That's why many players, including masters, just blunder into this variation. Well, in this position, black already has a winning motive, which is, yeah, you guessed it, putting more pressure on this f2 pawn by playing knight g4. Well, white has no other good way to defend this pawn rather than by playing bishop e3. So, many of y'all might be guessing black to take bishop takes bishop and once pawn takes bishop to recapture with the knight, forking white's queen and bishop. Well, let me tell you something. This line also gives black an edge, but it's not the best variation. So, the correct line in this position is to actually recapture with the knight and once pawn takes, take with the bishop. As you can see, this black dark square bishop on e3 seems to be bothering white a lot. So white plays this move queen f3, protecting this bishop. So now, I will be recommending you a cheeky little idea which would give black a significant advantage. The move is queen h4. Now, you might wonder, what's the idea of queen h4? After white plays g3, doesn't black simply lose a tempo? You're wrong, because after g3, black retreats queen h6, protecting this bishop on e3. Well, this is a really strong idea since white's king is now really unsafe, since white cannot either long castle or short castle, since this bishop covers both crucial squares. This position gives black a significant advantage. Let's just go over a sample line to show you how uncomfortable this position is for white. So, after bishop g2, black can just simply short castle and try to finish his development. Well, You might already start to notice that black's position starts to feel very awkward, since white's king is really unsafe. Black also has some ideas of playing bishop to c1 to pressurize this b2 pawn. Just for illustration's sake, rook f1 and bishop c1. Now, white's b2 pawn is under attack, and not only that, black's threatening the even deadlier queen d2 mate. So, white has no possible way of defending both this mate on d2 and this b2 pawn. Well, this is just one small trap in the Stafford Gambit. So, with this variation, we'll be ending the part 1 of the Stafford Gambit. Please leave a like and subscribe and stay tuned for the remaining parts of the Stafford Gambit. Thank you for watching. See you.